Dear Andonians, happy to come to you from the Department of Value Education. We are in a new setup, like a newsroom setup. We have a purpose. We are indeed happy to have Sir Frederick A. Lamare, the head of the Department of Zoology and also the coordinator for an important task that we are here to introduce. We know as a higher education institution of the Don Bosco Salesian Society and as the first institute of higher education in the world from the Don Bosco Higher Education Society, St. Anne's stands as tall in the field of education. Its contribution that St. Anne's has given, especially to the state of Meghalaya, to the region in particular, and to the entire society is appreciated, is of praiseworthy. We are here to introduce to you, dear students, all 3 years, first, second and third years, about an important process that we await in the coming year 21. We know every education institution should be assessed, accredited and graded so that quality and education are to the best given and received by students and faculty alike. In India, the higher education institutions are assessed, accredited by a government body under the UGC called the National Assessment and Accreditation Council, NAAC, through a process. St. Anne's College was first assessed and accredited back in 2000. That time we have the highest grade of that time called the 5-star grade. This grade or the process is valid for a period of 5 years. Then in the year 2009 we had the second stage of assessment and accreditation. Then we had a grade of 3.6, grade A, that was a grading of CGPA then. And the next after that was back in 2013 ending to 14. Then we had again a grade A and 3.14. Under the present system of assessment and accreditation, we are into a new process. Okay, so this is the 4th cycle. So we got an extension, actually we should have been back in 19, but having accredited with the highest grade down to 3 years, we got an extension of 2 years. So we are due for 21, that is the next academic year. And dear students, this is a process where all of us are involved. Sir Frederick, who is the coordinator of this NAAC entire process, there is an entire team working behind. So Sir will explain to you, dear students, it plays a very important role, all of us, management, the teaching staff, the support staff, the parents, the alumni, and you, most importantly, the students called the present Andonians. So I will hand over the session to Sir Frederick, who will explain to us, and we understand this process to the best. We are involved, as they say, when there is a NAAC assessment and accreditation, everyone associated with the college, as they say, starting from the gate to the top, all of us are involved, and we contribute the way we communicate, the way we are involved, the way we contribute to the institution is going to be added to this entire process. So I'll hand over to Sir Frederick, and I'm sure as Andonians we will all give our best foot forward and give our best so that our flag of Andonians fly high.
Father Joby, thank you so much. And dear students, today I'll be talking to you about a very important aspect of the NAAC assessment and accreditation. And the important aspect is directly related with the student community in the college. And this is actually called as the Student Satisfaction Survey. Now, what we will be seeing is this, that the assessment and accreditation process of NAAC is a very, very important exercise for the college. Now, the process of assessment and the accreditation is a mandatory practice that every institution, higher institution, in the country has to go through. So this has been made mandatory for all institutions. Also, all UGC recognized institutes must apply for the NAAC once they have been instituted after a period of more than a year. Now, this is also important to know that in today's scenario, if you do not have an accreditation, an institutional will stop receiving financial aid from agencies like the UGC and also the RUSA grants, which are very important grants for institutes of higher learning. Now, the process of assessment and accreditation is important because it is an indication of the quality of education, the infrastructure, the research, the teaching and learning processes that happens in the college. So institutes which have high grades or which have been graded with high grades like A++ or an A+ or an A are most sought after institutes in the country. That's the reason why accreditation is very important. Now, what is the benefit of the NAAC accreditation when it comes to the students' community? One important benefit is that students can gauge the quality of education or infrastructure or the research output of an institute by looking at the grading that NAAC has provided for that particular institution. For example, St. Anthony's College was graded way back in the year 2000. It was graded 5-star, which means that not many institutes in the country were graded 5-star at that point of time, which was an indication of the kind of quality that quality of education that was being given in the college. Today, we have been graded as A grade with a CGPA of 3.14. Now, this is also a good grade for many colleges. Most colleges in the country are not placed within the A grade. So, therefore, if you go to an A grade institute, this is what is going to happen, which means that you are assured that the quality of education that you're going to get from those institutes which are placed A grade and above are going to be top class institutes in the country. Now, grades also determine the value of the degree which you will be getting at the end of 3 years, which means that in the industry or in the world, when you leave the college, when you're going with a certificate from a college with an A grade and you go with a certificate from a C grade college, the recognition is the same, no doubt, but the value which those degrees will hold in terms of from which kind of institutions you're going from is going to be of importance. Therefore, institutes which are graded with higher value by the NAAC definitely will have a higher value for the degree which they are going to get when they passed out from that institute. Now, having said that much about the benefits, I would like to talk a little bit about the grading system that NAAC has for institutions like colleges and universities. Today we have something like institutes which are graded between 3.51 and 4, they are graded as A++, and these institutes are considered to be very good institutions. Now, there are also institutions which are graded below 3.51, that is between 3.26 and 3.5, and these are the A+ institutions. These are also considered to be very good institutions, followed by institutions which are given grades between 3.01 and 3.25. We actually fall under this group at present. We are an A grade institute, which means because we have a CGPA of 3.14, we are an A grade institute, and according to NAAC, we also fall under the category of being very good institutes. Now, having said that, what I can tell you is this, that the grading is very, very important for our college. So the reason why we're talking to you at this point of time about the very aspect of assessment and accreditation is because for us the accreditation is a very important aspect for the growth of the college. Now, when you look at the assessment and accreditation that is going to happen next year in 2021, we will find that the assessment and accreditation is actually a 3-stage process. Now, in the 3-stage process, it includes the preparation of the self-study report, which we will be preparing from the college, under which NAAC has instructed us that we should prepare this report taking into consideration 7 criteria. The second process is to have a student satisfaction survey. Now, the student satisfaction survey is where actually you come in. And the third is the peer team report. This is the report which will be written by a team which the NAAC will be sending to the college, who will come and verify for themselves whatever declaration that we have made in the SSR. So at this point, I would like to talk a little bit more of detail the student satisfaction survey. Now, the student satisfaction survey, according to the NAAC assessment and accreditation manual, carries about 60 points, which is a lot of points in terms of the grading that will come when the grading is finally done. Now, so what is this student satisfaction survey? Now, the student satisfaction survey is actually an assessment tool for assessing the satisfaction level of students regarding the teaching learning process that happens in the college. Now, the satisfaction of students is actually determined by certain points. For example, it's determined by the experience that students undergo in the college. Second is, it's also determined by the extent of the comfort feeling that students feel when they are in the college. That means how comfortable they are when they are in St. Anthony's College. That is what is going to determine the satisfaction level of students. Also, the satisfaction level of students will also be determined by the intellectual stimulus that students would experience in the teaching learning situations that are provided in the classroom, and in this year it's in the online system. Now, so therefore what we can say is that student satisfaction is actually a direct indicator of the effectiveness of the teaching learning that happens in St. Anthony's College. That's the reason why the student satisfaction survey is a very, very important tool for us, the college, to understand, and for NAAC to also understand what happens in the college in terms of the teaching and learning. So, like I said, the students' satisfaction survey is an indicator of the internal processes of the college. It also helps NAAC to form an opinion of the college. And then the peer team takes the SSS also very seriously. I said one of the process is for the peer team to visit the college to verify facts in the college. Now, the SSS report that is going to be that they're going to get in their hands is going to help them to understand what exactly is happening in the college. So therefore, what is important is this: the college needs a good SSS report. That is, the college needs a good student satisfaction survey report. That's the reason why your role in the student satisfaction survey is very, very important. So, what is the most important thing for students when it comes to the student satisfaction survey? There is only one very important point, and that is to participate in the student satisfaction survey. Now, how is the student satisfaction survey carried out? The student satisfaction survey is actually carried out by the NAAC itself. What they would do is that they will be sending a questionnaire which has 20 objective questions and one subjective question, which actually will be emailed to individual students' email ID. Now, what happens is this will happen during the time when the assessment period is going to take place. So the moment students receive this questionnaire from the NAAC, the first thing they need to do is that they need to inform the teachers of the department that they have received such a questionnaire from the NAAC, and once they inform the departments, the teachers in charge in the departments will tell the students what they have to do. They are the ones that are going to assist them in terms of the filling up of the student satisfaction survey. At this point of time, what I want to say is this: the teachers will assist you only in understanding, making you understand the questions that are being asked. The choice of what kind of experience you've had, that is going to be totally your choice. So you're going to make those answers, you're going to give those answers, you're going to make the choices. The teachers are not going to make those choices for you. So you have to understand the question properly and then only make the necessary choice. Now, the other important aspect about student satisfaction survey for the college is that if the response rate is low than the limit mentioned by the NAAC, the metrics, that means the student satisfaction survey, will not be taken into consideration for assessment, which means we are going to lose a straight 60 points for assessment, which is a huge amount of points. Therefore, dear students, once again I would like to request you, please take part in the student satisfaction survey. The second point I would like to make is that the time period that we will be giving for filling up the student satisfaction survey is only 1 month. Therefore, we do not have that much time to delay when it comes to filling up the student satisfaction survey. Now, so what is going to happen is this. The 20 questions which will be given to you will be, you will be asked to read those questions, and then you're going to ask to give a response to those questions. Like I said, the teachers of your department will help you, will assist you in case you have doubts regarding any kind of questions or regarding the filling up of those questionnaires. So finally, before I end, I would like to say that for the NAAC assessment and accreditation in the college, the students' satisfaction survey is a very, very important activity, is a very, very important parameter for us to complete. The second point is that a positive student satisfaction survey report is going to bring good points for the college. And high points means good grades. And good ranking benefits the students and the staff and everyone in the college. And with that, I would like to say thank you for your patient listening. God bless.
Sir Frederick, I have a doubt, I think maybe just as a student. Okay. First is, when are they expected to receive, maybe a college will take care of, communicate to NAAC their email address, student details, but when will they be, and who will be? So maybe you can just clarify that.
At one point, I did mention to you about the self-study report, or the SSR. The self-study report is a report that is going to be prepared by the college, and then that report is going to be submitted to the NAAC. Once the NAAC receives the report, they will acknowledge that they have received the report, and then at that point of time, immediately a process called as the DVV process will take place. That's the time when they will also simultaneously send the email, send the questionnaires for the SSS to your email IDs. So we will be intimating you when we have sent the SSR and when you will be expecting the SSS questionnaire in your email address.
Thank you. Maybe you can just say, we have a teacher who is called a department coordinator for this entire NAAC process. So
Right.
I think the person will also
Yes.
direct and guide.
Actually, every department will have a teacher in the department who will be in charge of the student's satisfaction survey. Now that is the person, or that is the faculty or teacher with whom you have to communicate once you get the email ID. And he or she is going to communicate with you regarding the student's satisfaction survey.
Fine. Maybe just one more point, the selection choice, the random selection.
Yes, NAAC is not going to send to everybody. They are going to randomly select whatever number they feel is best and send to these students randomly. So not all students are going to receive the questionnaires, the email ID, but some select students will receive them. And these are the students that have to talk or communicate with the teachers once they receive the email.
I think that's fine.
That's fine?
Yeah, I think that's clear. So why are we here? Are we to brainwash you? No. As sir said it very correctly, with a positive, we don't want prejudice or undue favor, but positively involving and feeling that this is my college, this is our college, and together, what do we need? We need the highest grade, A++, nothing less. Okay, so once again, thank you so much, Sir Frederick.
Thank you for
And
that. And dear students, thank you too.
thanks to all of you. Evermore, better ever. God bless you.
Thank you.